Hey, you guys, welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nikki, bringing you the latest and trending topics in our vlog, My Life. Hey, Feds. Hey, Robin. Hey, Royer. Thank you for joining me. Hey, Tex. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you all. And I don't know what's going on with StreamYard, but it's not allowing me to pull up my intro, but we're gonna jump right into it because I got trending topics. I mean, it's so much going on. Jag just came off a live. Jaguar Wright, she is going in. I don't know if y'all know about the YouTube beef that she got going on, but I hope those two ladies can work it out. Welcome, Tex. Thank you for joining. Please remember to hit that like, subscribe, and that bell button so that you can be notified when I update content to my channel. Hey, Anna. Hey, Royer. I got you. Thank you so much, Royer. I know it never ends. It never ends. It's round the clock, you guys. So I'm not going to keep you guys waiting. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard, but it's not loading up my whole panel today. But we're going to get into some stuff. All right. We're going to get into some stuff today. Number one, I want to talk about racism. Anybody who claims that racism is non-existing, they're weird. And here's what I have for you guys.
Next tonight, 3 managers at a Lowe's store in Virginia are out of a job tonight, fired after calling back one of their drivers out on a delivery. The customer the driver was on the way to see allegedly wanted only a white person to make the delivery. Here's ABC's Mars Gavelcampo.
Home improvement retailer Lowe's has apologized after a veteran employee was pulled from a delivery job because he's black.
And I got a phone call on the phone telling me to bring the delivery back, saying that I couldn't do the delivery.
Danville, Virginia driver Marcus Bradley saying he was told the customer didn't want a black man in the house. Shockingly, the store honored the request.
I mean, I thought that Lowe's would take up for me.
So who did take up for him? His fellow driver of 11 years, refusing to complete the delivery with a new white partner.
To me, it just ain't right for a business that we work at to go on with the woman's wishes.
In a statement, Lowe's says, "We have zero tolerance for behavior of that kind. We have apologized." But one person who is not sorry, the homeowner, as she told ABC affiliate station WSET.
Do you feel bad about the delivery driver?
No, I don't feel bad about nothing.
In their statement, Lowe's also says that an executive traveled to Virginia to personally apologize to Bradley. David?
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it with y'all own ears, okay? And she did not feel bad about it. That's why it's so important for us to expose the racists, okay? Let's keep the conversation going because this is how we're going to correct the behavior, all right? They need to be exposed and humiliated. Let me know what you guys think, Naughty Crew, because I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. It still exists. That's just the bottom line. And it takes for us having open conversation about it so that we can address this issue that has been ongoing for centuries. All right. It's exhausting at this point. All right. When will people learn? There's only one race, people. Human. The human race. We all bleed red. We all bleed red at the end of the day. And it's just sad that this type of behavior still exists in this day and age. But we got to have open conversation about it. And here at Naughty Love Movement, I'm going to make sure I expose all the Karens, the racists, the Kevins. I'm exposing y'all all because we tired. We're not going to tolerate this any longer, Naughty Crew. Drop down into my comments. Let me know what y'all think. I think she was quite bold, if you ask me, for even taking that position. This day and age. All right. Up next, we're gonna get into Real Housewives of Potomac. I wasn't able to sit on Diva's panel last night. Because I actually fell asleep because I'm exhausted, you guys. I know it was a good panel. I have to Rewatch. Yes, Misty Blue. It's very sad. It's very sad. But shout out to Candace for holding her own. I just want to give her kudos because she's doing big things. She's in a new series on the All Black Network called Hush, and she's doing like an excellent job. Okay, but shout out to Candace on how she handled Ashley Derby's snake ass. Okay. So shout out to On-Site for dropping this. Chris Bassett, her husband, posted, I would just like to again thank Real Housewives of Potomac production and the team in the editing room for continuing to show the lies these women continue to tell on me. Exactly. So here's the scene that everyone's claiming that he was flirting with another woman. I think it's sad and desperate for these women to be coming up with this storyline and this Ewok looking chick, okay? She ain't got nothing on Candace. Like, you thirsty. That's why I'm like, Candy, child, please. All right? But Candace handled her.
Well, he introduced himself, and I told him that my husband's also name is Christopher. He said, oh, you know, a lot of us Christopher, we're all similar. A lot of us all act alike. And I said, okay, so. So then his elbow was getting closer and closer. Oh. He didn't touch me. His eyes. Right. I never said anything. This is the one. Yeah. It was a plan. I might be the one, but not the only one. I wasn't the only one he was getting googly eyes to at the bar that day. With all your friends. He was. Girl.
Candace, I know that you have like some weird feeling about my friend.
No.
Candace gave her dust, as she should. Ashley should be ashamed of herself for coming for her. It was a failed attempt. But I'm proud of my girl Candace, okay? Because she been holding it together this season. Okay? I don't even have my little Candace tissues. But she been crying it out and holding her own because they've been trying to come for her marriage all season. You know, the Green Eye Monster tried to make some false accusations. Don't nobody want you, Giselle Gizzy. Don't nobody want your washed up behind, okay? Don't nobody want you. Chris don't want you. All right, but Candace is out speaking. She's speaking. She was on a podcast. Let me pull that up for you guys. Here we go. With Carlos King, she was on a podcast.
So it also just kind of gave me, okay, this is excess flirtatious energy coming from a woman who doesn't have that at home. This is just something that she does. Giselle has a history, and there's a reputation there of her being fast in her past, and her being loose in her past. These are facts. I'm not making this up. So, you know, I see her flirting with Chris, and it's like, oh, po thing. Just po thing. That's cute. It never.
You said po thing or poke thing?
Po. Oh. P-O apostrophe. Po. Po thing. It's just you can't ask for more from someone who can only give you less than half. Like I can't. It never bothered me. So he may be attracted. She's a beautiful woman. I'm attracted to Giselle. She's a beautiful woman. Like,
I'm attracted to Giselle. Giselle's gorgeous. Okay. Yes, I agree.
Listen, she's beautiful, but a shell is a shell. Okay, and shells often have funky insides, and that's one. Yeah.
Point blank, period. She's an empty shell with funky inside.
And it also just kind of gave me.
It gave me thirsty. I felt like Giselle was reaching when she tried to make that accusation, just like I felt like Ashley was reaching, trying to create this narrative that Chris was flirting with that. I'm going to just say it politely, Naughty Crew. That unattractive person she tried to bring on the bandwagon. Drop down into my comments. I hope y'all saw the episode. Let me know what y'all think, okay? Because I'm proud of my girl, Candace. She has really grown emotionally over the past year, and she is handling these hoes, okay? I said it. She handling every last one of them. See, they trying to provoke my girl so they could get her off the show to let that linebacker Sharice on, okay? It's all an end game, you guys. The Green Eye Bandits, they trying to control the narrative. And then I'm hearing rumors that Robin is trying to skedaddle off the show due to all the allegations, so she don't have to answer for what's going on there at that college with Ron or her fake ass relationship. All right, guys. Up next, okay. As you all know, we sadly lost a legend in the hip hop era, Gangsta Boo. And they're alleging that she OD'd. Okay, and I forgot that her and her husband were on marriage boot camp, and they had busted her with the white girl. Okay, here's the clip. Shout out to OnSite for reminding us of this.
That table where there was a lamp on it, moved the lamp. And beside the lamp, we found a baggie with a white powdery substance. Don't know what it was. Don't know whose it is.
Oh my God, man.
Tell me what it is.
I don't know what that is and what y'all talking about, for real, for real. I've been like, I honestly don't know at all. And if it's like this at this point, man, I'm just like, I'm over it. I don't have nothing on me. They searched everything if it's something in old clothes or whatever, but do you want to vouch for that? Like, I literally don't even know. We on mic right now. I'm done with it. I'm just done. Like, Dr.
So how did it get there?
What? I don't know. I don't even know what's in there. I wanted my jewelry. I don't even know. They searched everything.
It was next to that.
My box of jewelry. The thing is, they searched me, everything. So I don't know if I can see it could be something old for me and Emmett.
Right.
Not none of this. And it's making me uncomfortable.
Would you like to help with?
Are you ready to go? Hold on. Would I like what?
I said, if that's an issue.
Hold on. Would I like what?
If substance has been an issue for you in the past, okay? I'm not saying it has been. I'm not saying it hasn't been.
Gotcha.
But if it has been, and once you leave here, you feel like that's something you would like to further address,
Gotcha.
I have some recommendations for you.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'm going to pass that to you.
Thank you. For me and
So as you can see, they tried to confront her on marriage boot camp about her issues, but she wasn't ready at the time to get help. And as you all, if anybody doesn't know, when you're dealing with someone with addiction, if they're not ready, it's like talking to a stone wall. I just really wish she would have taken Dr. Ish's help at that point in time. Hey, Toria, welcome. I'm doing great. I hope you're doing well. Yes, text provoking mixed ratings. That's why they encourage it. Exactly. Okay, Tex is dropping some facts. It seems like yesterday that she was on Versus fighting Busy Bone and Bone Thugs and Harmony. Exactly, Toria. She knew it was her stuff. But I just wish she would have this was a window of opportunity that she missed, guys. And she was the type, like, everything was her husband's fault. She was like dominating over him. She's just one of those strong personalities. Yes, she did treat her husband bad on the show. She did, Toria. But she just was not ready for the help. She couldn't even admit that, she couldn't even own that was her stuff. You know, you could see how her husband is sitting there. He's just letting her. He's probably had the conversation with her a ton of times. All right. So I just wanted to bring this a little background regarding her history with drugs. Okay. And addiction, especially to certain drugs, it's just a hard habit to break. And you have to be ready to get help. You have to be willing to admit that you have a problem to start. And sadly, she never got to that point. And she lost her life behind it. And now they're putting all types of stuff in the drugs. You know, you have the whole Fenty crisis. It's not like back in the day. I think I played a clip from Bootsy the other day where he said, y'all need to just go back on crack because people didn't die on crack, okay? But rest in peace Gangsta Boo, and to your family. I'm sending condolences from the Naughty crew. All right. Up next, we have Chili from TLC. She got her a man. Finally, she's been waiting for a long time, because remember, she had a whole dating show back in the day, and she still didn't find love. But they came out with their marriage. And Little Duval is reacting. Unfortunately, the ignorance is showing, but Little Duval is making comments because she decided to go with someone of a different race, which love has no boundaries. Like, as long as he treats her right, who cares? Who cares? And Lil Duval, you're married, so like, why do you care about who Chili dates? It's like creepy. It's like secretly behind the scenes you had a crush. So shout out to the Jasmine brand for dropping this footage. So Chili reportedly is dating former Boy Meets World star Matthew Lawrence. So I think it's dope that she finally found love. This is them making TikToks. So cute with their onesies on. So Little Duval, stop hating on love, okay? Stop hating on love. Here at Naughty Love Movement, we love love. So I'm just really happy for her. I really am. And I hope to see wedding bells for my girl. I would love to see Chili get married before this lifetime is out. And this relationship looks like it's all for her. Like, her son is grown now. Okay. So I appreciate her announcing her situation. Yeah, let's see what some of the comments said. I thought people saw that when 3 Mafia, when she was calling Busy a hater, and that he forgot to take his meds. Yeah, she passed away, Toria. Yeah, it was announced over the weekend. You were celebrating that 38-year anniversary, so you ain't had time for this gloomy news. Yes, rest in peace, Gangsta Blue. Hey, Bernice. Yes, exactly. Because she had a ridiculous list. I don't know if you guys remember that dating show. I think it was on VH1 back in the day. She was consulting with a relationship expert. I mean, I just feel like she couldn't find love in her own culture, unfortunately. Yeah, she was only 43. All right, guys. Let me jump to the next topic. I'm trying to get to. Oh, it's crazy because meantime, because Usher is Chili's ex, he had an interview with Angie, which I thought it was very profound. Let's see.
It seems like you're having fun. I'm having fun, one, because I'm choosing to. The second half is I'm happy, actually. I've never really taken the time to stop and really, be happy. I feel like my relationships are in a really good place. I feel like I'm learning how to communicate better.
How do you do that? How'd you do that? What do you attribute all of this to?
Listening. You can hear somebody, but are you really listening? When you slow down, you begin to understand what's priority. Family is priority to me. Love, real love, is priority to me. And I've had enough difficult situations in my life to now be able to assess the people who are really there for some reason. There's an agenda. And then the people who really love me, whom I should love and I should appreciate.
It seems like you're having fun. I mean, listen, I'm not with Usher every day, but he really seems to be in a really good place. I have interviewed him a lot over his career and his life. I don't know. He seems like he's found something, and he seemed very peaceful.
There's a glow.
Right?
There's a glow.
I agree. I think it's a full circle moment for Usher. I think he's really coming into his manhood. Exactly. Oh, Tex, I agree with this for sure. It's because too many brothers out here taking women for granted, and now they finally had enough. I understand, but I don't like it. I get it. You don't have to agree. You do not have to agree, and you do not have to like it. But it's a lot of narcissism, manosphere going around, and people are tired of being used and abused and cheated on, and things like that, and being hoodwinked basically into relationships. I know I was dating maybe like a year and a half ago or so or more, and it was horrible out here. It was like the vetting process was so deep, because it's like, what are you here for? Are you here for good intentions? Are you here for me? Are you here from what you could benefit off of me? What is it? Hey, Feds. Yeah, it was VH1. Her demands was really ridiculous. Yes, Chili. Yeah, like she had like this whole list. Like it's just like, girl, do you want a man or do you want a robot? There's nobody perfect. I always say, like, especially when I go into a relationship, I make a list of what's good about the person and what they attribute to the relationship and what's bad, okay? And I go from there. And as long as that good list outweighs the bad, we could work things out. Yeah, I'm happy for Chili too. I'm happy she finally found love. But what do you guys think about Usher? I feel like he on his grown man-ish. I really do. I feel like he on his grown man-ish. And I'm loving the glow up. What y'all think about the hair? Okay. That I don't know what you call it. It's like a honey blonde. It's like a honey blonde. I don't know if I like it or not. Let me know what y'all think. All right, up next, we got Waka out here spitting some knowledge, okay, regarding takeoffs, unaliving, okay? And I thought this was profound. I wanted to share
Never
on
want to speak on nobody's death, but I could tell you this. When God bless you, right? You have to change your ways. You have to evolve. You have to. That's all I can say.
Right.
I can just say wrong place, wrong time for these guys.
They were, rolling dice. So in other words, once you ascend to a certain level, you got to leave that alone.
Oh yeah, I don't
you can't go back to the street. And I know, look, I don't been, with
all respect, why would I roll dice with somebody else that ain't on my tax break? It's liability that some shit could happen.
I ain't gonna lie, I've been there.
I watch people die every day like that. That's why I ain't never be him. If it's 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm not hanging around a bunch of mean, mugging ass motherfuckers. Nigga, if you're not smiling, you getting away from me.
Right.
That's my motto. I'm like, yo, bro, he not smiling. What's wrong with him? They give him some shots or he gotta go home.
Simple as that.
Hell, real simple. Never want to speak on nobody's death.
And I agree with him, you guys, because I mean, once you get to a certain level, you have to watch who you surround yourself with. And playing a dice game, it's not worth it. They always end up bad. I have family members that have lost their lives over dice games in Philadelphia. I wish he'd get back with his wife too and stop playing, but he gotta learn how to be faithful. And I know she love him. He is wise to me too. He's a good guy. He's just got a problem with keeping his peen in his between him and his wife. Yeah, he do got an old soul, but that's a testament of Deb. She raised him. She raised all them boys on her own practically. So at his core, he's a really, really good guy. I love his relationship with his daughter, Charlie, and how he treats her with unconditional love. And that's not his biological child. That's hard to find. But I just wish he'll learn how to be faithful to Tammy. I think that's their biggest issue. Infidelity. Let me know what y'all think about what he said. I feel like once you get to a certain level, you have to change your surroundings. You have to change your surroundings. Okay. Up next, I'm going to get into Brandy's daughter. She's talking about her weight loss journey and things like that. Here we go.
So I know you mentioned confidence. A lot of girls and boys around the world that are dealing with weight loss, they want to lose weight, but they don't really have the confidence in themselves. How did you have that confidence to say, you know what, I don't care. I got to cut all this out. I'm going to keep going. I don't care who watch. I don't care who looking. I got to do it for me.
It was I love that. No, it was just what I needed to do to make it throughout the day. I was so confident the way I was, but it was just so scary to be told at 18 that you could die at any moment. I was pre-diabetic, I had sleep apnea, I was severely anemic, I had like a couple of blood transfusions. It was crazy how unhealthy I was, and it was because of my weight. And I didn't understand that because I don't know now. Like I know now why, because I feel so much better, just health-wise. The way that I was feeling before, it was just terrible. It was horrible.
When is your album going to come?
Next year.
Okay.
Yeah. Next year.
It's about time.
It's about time.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
about time.
I agree.
It's coming next year. And that's it. That's all I'm manifesting. That it's coming next year. It's lined up. Catalog is huge. So it's coming.
So I know you mentioned confidence. A lot of girls and boys around the world that are dealing with weight loss, they want to lose weight, but they don't really have the confidence in themselves. How did you have that confidence to say, you know what, I don't care. I got to cut all this out. I'm going to keep going. I don't care who watch. I don't care who looking. I got to do it for me.
It was I love that. No, it was just what I needed to do to make it throughout the day. I was so confident the way I was, but it was just so scary to be told at 18 that you could die at any moment. I was pre-diabetic, I had sleep apnea, I was severely anemic, I had like a couple of blood transfusions. It was crazy how unhealthy I was, and it was because of my weight. And I didn't understand that because I don't know now. Like I know now why, because I feel so much better, just health-wise. The way that I was feeling before, it was just terrible.
Good for her. I'm proud of her for standing up and taking control over her health. I am looking forward to the music. I wonder if she sings like her mom, but they look just alike, spitting image of each other. But I'm proud of her for coming out with her story. Oh, I got it, Tex. I got it. The reason they hang out in the same circles is because most rappers are not real millionaires. That's a good point. That's a good point. All right. So I dropped the link. So if anybody wants to come up and sound off about these different topics, I got about 30 minutes before I have to go back to work. Please feel free to come up and sound off. You know I appreciate all your thoughts, Naughty Crew. We got into Candace and her position and how she feels about Giselle and all the issues that's going on the show. Okay. I'm proud of Candace. My girl holding it together. Exactly. She holding it together and she dealing with them HOEs. I'm sorry, okay? Because I'm over the Green Eye Master and I'm over Ashley Darby and her big forehead, nosing her way around. Ashley has lost her luster to me. Once she became a mom, Yes, good point, Tex. They living off money the records company gives them, and the records they make pays it back. Got it. Wow, Bernice, good point. There's a lot of overweight celebrity kids. They have access to anything they want. A lot of them eat in secret because they are alone and sometimes depressed. Yes, that is a clear sign of depression. Seriously. Actually, I did a short the other day about kids in their messy rooms, right? How that's a sign of depression. Like, before you reprimand your kids and call them like dirty and disgusting, do a mental wellness check with them to make sure they okay. Thank you. Thank you, Toria. Exactly. Yeah, I've been proud of Candace. Her glow up is real, okay? Because she got her new show on All Black Network. It's called Hush, you guys. It's really good and juicy. So I'm proud of Candace. I'm really, really proud of her and her glow up. And I think that's why she's showing so much self-control this season, because she could ruin opportunities with a bad attitude. But I'm really proud of her. I'm really proud of her. One last story I did want to share with my Naughty crew. Being that we have a little bit of time and nobody came up on the panel yet. Miami Tip from Love and Hip Hop Miami. I really like this girl. I like because I follow her on Instagram. But she's really trying to speak on the underbelly of being an exotic dancer, and so she made I didn't get that. Could you try? Sorry, Siri. Siri is in on the chat, you guys. All right, I just want to see what you guys think. Here we go.
It's a world that is full of every man's fantasy that most women can only dream of living up to. The life of an exotic.
Sorry.
It's a world that is full of every man's fantasy that most women can only dream of living up to. The life of an exotic dancer. A world where only the strong can survive and the weak will almost certainly get devoured. A world that may lure the naive woman into being pimped. A world where the weakest mind will be taken over by drugs. A world where the man with the most money wins the prettiest pussy. It's a world that will make a woman that comes from nothing with no meaning in life become the most flashiest, sexiest, powerful woman in this lifestyle. A world that may attract a woman who has it all just because of the attention. If all you see is the glitz, glamour, and money, you will never see the struggles, the battles, the fights, the disloyalty, the egos, the demons that these women battle night in and night out. All because money is the bottom line.
So I thought it was dope that she is keeping it real, all right? Because people see all the money and the designer stuff, and they think it's real, but it's a lot of addiction that comes out of it. It's a lot of abuse. It's a lot of DV. It's a lot of narcissism in that world, okay? So I wanted to present it to my Naughty crew because I'm glad Tip is speaking out and she's speaking from experience because she's been in that world, okay? But she is now turning everything around and she's like trying to manage artists and things like that. She did manage Sukiana at one point in time, but I appreciate her being honest, Naughty crew. Let me know what y'all think about this. I'm going to jump into some of these comments for the rest of the time. If anybody wants to come up, I did drop the link. I could drop it again if you want to sound off about anything. Text, thanks for your comment. The Green Eye crew been entertaining, cruel, but entertaining. If they leave, there's no Potomac. You know what, Text? I don't want them to leave. I just want them to come up with a storyline besides ruining somebody's marriage. Like, I'm over that same storyline. I'm going to need them to get their own storyline. Yes, it has been covered at the Players Club. Classic movie, okay? It is a classic movie. Exactly. But she's just keeping the story alive because we need to talk about it, all right? Because now you have a lot of girls, they trying to get out of it. They trying to find other ways to come up with a new career. But I love, I like Tip. I like that she's speaking out about it. Yes, Bernice. They need to change the storyline. I feel like it's the same thing every season. Them coming for people's marriages. But why don't we come for Robin's? Ever. Her fake situationship. And now it's rumored that she may not be coming back because she pulling a Monique. She don't want to answer questions. Who else did that? As soon as it get hot, you guys. Yeah, good point, Robin. Show us how you really living. Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. And that's how I feel. Just tell the truth. But these ladies don't have anything else going on. Like Robin was sad this season with that sad event she put together, okay? I mean, my daughter could have planned a better event than that. And Giselle, she only want to plan something if it's all about her. It's got to be all about her in order for her to even entertain it. Yes. Let's see what these comments say. Oh, thanks, Anna, for your comment. Rest in peace, Gangsta Boo. She just did a versus and performed well against Bone Thugs. Never know what people are into. Allegedly, yeah, the white girl was found on the scene awaiting autopsy. And Anna, I went to it earlier because they were on marriage boot camp. I think it was last season. They were on marriage boot camp and they were busted. They found drugs in her room. They called it a white powdery substance. In hood terms, we call it the white girl. Okay. Just like we saw yes, I loved them this season. I loved their family. I loved Wendy and her family this season. I'll tell you one thing. Karen taught them chicks how to throw on the show. Okay, say what you want about Karen. She know how to throw a party. All right, and compared to what they little viewing was, or they whatever they had, they podcast or whatever, it was corny. They do. They keep repeating the same story. Yes. Tex did mention the story. Anna, you ain't tell me that it was a versus. You left me out of this one. We usually watch together. Hey, Robin. Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Queen. You want to sound off about anything?
I just have a comment about, you know how I feel about reality-based television.
Mm-hmm.
And it drives me nuts when people say so-and-so needs a storyline. And because that's what these shows have become. You used to watch the people, their family, and what was happening. And then they had to concoct stories because they feel like they need extra drama, because they want to divert from their real lives, or they want to practice their acting skills.
Exactly. And I felt like Ashley did a poor job at her acting last night. It was horrible.
And her unfortunate looking friends.
Yeah.
I don't usually talk about people. That's how bad it was for me. I do not attack people like that personally, but they were so pathetic. And you know what happens is if you look back, I'm trying to stick with this show, but what we see, and what I think I see when I watch, especially like Potomac, is you have your Robin and you have your Giselle, and while they don't share anything about their own lives except for maybe where they live, what they do is they just zero in on somebody else and either just go after them with something real or imagined, and that's what becomes their storyline. I think that's pathetic. I'm really hoping. I thought that Karen was she was entertaining in the sense that she did something. But I really want her to really be different. And this may not be in the cards because it may not be her truth. But we know she came on the show as a housewife, which funny, the Real Housewives. Ooh, look at that. But the formula of the Housewives franchises has been that most of them, almost none of them, have really ever worked a job. And so that's why they go on the trips and do the lunches and dinners and stuff. But for somebody like Karen, especially at this point, I feel like she would do better for herself and definitely for the show if she had a new undertaking, because she fashions herself, has named herself the Grande Dame. But what does that mean? She's now built a following. And even if she just did something that from Potomac promoted herself being, the whatever she was, ombudsman or whatever for Surrey County, that would be something, instead of, the Green Eye Girls did a show, let me do one. You're doing let me. So she just comes and it's like, anything you can do, I can do better. I can do it. That's all. She's just trying to one up them. And I think that there are different levels of maturity in both age and action. And I think that she's in a space where she should command the opportunity. Everybody doesn't want to, but she can really model behavior. She talked about being a Grande Dame. Let me show you what it is to be Grande. You know, she claims she's married to the Black Bill Gates. You know what? Let me do some philanthropy here in town, even if it's the occasional soup kitchen, toy drive, or taking lunch to the ladies at the people who work in the hospital. Just something that is different. And I think that would go a long way, both again for herself and for the show, because it presents something different.
Exactly, because I feel like I'm just getting the same thing every season. It's her.
Not just every season, but every show. I mean, I was thinking about, I was like, okay, who's going to jail from Potomac? Who's going to jail from Love and Married Huntsville? Because we've already had Teresa going to, so you already have somebody in jail from almost every show. Every show, it seems like they go to one of those rec rooms, where they start not taking out their frustration. Every show with the Black people, they always have a wig line or a skincare line. It's nothing different. And we know there are no new ideas, but really?
Yeah, and I think if they just start getting into like following their lives more, like you said, we'll get different content. We'll get different layers of content. We'll get that variety. Right now, I just feel like it's all monotonous. Like it's just same thing over and over again.
And that could be, and their lives could be monotonous. And if their lives are monotonous and all you're doing is getting up, maybe washing your butt, eating and going to sleep, that's all you're doing, then guess what? There's a whole lot of people in this world. There's a whole lot of people. I could give them names of people in Potomac. You know I can, right?
Robin is connected, you guys. She's like that hidden jewel, like,
So those are just my thoughts.
Oh, let's see what some of these comments are saying. Grand Dame is an old Creole expression dated from slavery to the bougie Creole who did the brown paper bagged. Good point. Good point. Good point. This kind of speaks to that colorism. I don't feel like Karen is a colorist. But the other
I do not, and I also have issue with the, especially when it was about a month or so ago when everybody was complaining about colorism in Potomac. I've never seen that. I never called it colorism because I think that what I saw the difference was that you had Wendy and Candace who were actively working and accomplishing on their own, and that's how they achieved their status. Where you have the other women who came to their social status by way of their husbands. They weren't independently behaved. They didn't have their own ventures, and that was the difference. And what the ones who were doing the work were darker skinned than the others. I never saw it. I thought that's why they banded together as opposed to their skin color.
Got you. I did see a divide, whether it's colorist or not. I just think Gizzy and Rob the Builder are just bullies. And
okay, hold on. What did you just call Robin Dixon?
Rob the Builder.
And what exactly does that mean?
I'm just saying, she's just like she tries to build a life and make us all believe it, but we're not convinced. All right.
You just saved yourself with me, right?
She tries to build a fake life. She just tries to build a fake life to me. And I feel like she doesn't really have that much going on. That's why it's all this deflection. I'm in agreement. I just wish they would show us something different. And I just think it's redundant at this point. Them trying to break up marriages, them trying to gang up and bully on one person. Like what Ashley did last night, that wasn't a colorist thing. That was Ashley being a snake in the grass. That's how she always been.
And the kind of things that they're doing are things that we did in junior high and high school, honest to God. Not in your 40s and 50s. I haven't seen it. And I'm part of a lot of different friend groups. One of the I want to hit at you for this, Knotty, because the reason I asked you about why you call Rob the Builder, two things. The first of them, there are men named Robin, not just Batman's sidekick. But that is okay. So, and I know that I've heard in other circles, people refer to Robin Dixon as Rob, but it was an attempt to defeminize her and hang a masculine moniker on her. And I found that, so I'm just telling this, that's why I asked you, because that's really where they're going. I was like, first of all, in this whole world where people genderize or identify and all that, it's unfair to slap a title on someone that they haven't given themselves. And I also looked at it and heard them, a lot of people use it as an insult. So that's all. I'm glad you did. I appreciate you have the best reason for calling her Rob the Builder. I'll give you 10 points.
Yeah, because I feel like she's building a fake life and presenting us a fake life. Like the energy you put into putting out this falsehood, like I feel like I don't know her.
She's not even really putting out a lot of energy because she doesn't even have anything to feed off of. And the sad thing is that not only does she have a non-existent relationship apparently with Juan, but she's not even, I mean, it's the housewives. Do something with your kids. I mean, remember, she couldn't even, I know some people freaked out during the pandemic when we were all on lockdown, but she couldn't even get the kids up. You're filming.
Exactly. I mean, it's just like, what is it to
Unless
her?
you thought that was cute.
I mean, I think the best part about Robin is when she goes to get her hair done. Because her stylist, she's been a stylist forever. And the highlight of this season for me, for Robin, is when she stood up for Chris. I'll give her that. Because she said outright, I don't think he meant it like that. I felt like Gizzy was reaching when she made that comment. Like, because Chris is the most non-confrontational person. All right.
He actually seems like a very nice man.
I think so. Like, and I just think they're taking him trying to promote the business or where he works for. I think they're taking it wrong. They're trying to make something out of nothing. Like, look at the business you're in. Of course, he's going to reach out and try to promote his restaurant. That he's been in the restaurant industry forever.
Right.
Like, so I don't find it far-fetched that he would be reaching out to the ladies. Of course, he wants them to come because it's going to bring attention to the restaurant. It made sense to me right away. And I just feel like they're all like reaching, and I'm just tired of them trying to break people's marriages apart. It's just inappropriate to me.
I have an idea for one of your discussions because it's running through my mind right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd like to just do a mini dive on some of these housewives. Like, as we've been talking, I was trying to figure out over however many years Potomac has been on, what have they presented to us as their life experience? So the first season, everybody came on except for Karen and Karen, as I have to be sure, and fake Juan, and all of them except for Karen, as my name is so and so. I'm from Potomac, and my husband cheated on me. That was on everybody's resume, right? That's what, for whatever reason, that's what brought them together. Mm-hmm. But if you look at, you have Giselle has done the fake Everhue, the Everhue that failed, that we haven't seen or heard of. She did give us some history by going to New Orleans, and we met up with her father. Mm-hmm. We got dirt. We did get more dirt on her because of her father with that whole restaurant debacle. Mm-hmm. Then she had the fake first boyfriend that they wanted a fake picnic with, and then she had a fake relationship with her ex-husband. And so now she's just going after everybody else because she can't even find somebody to come up with something that isn't on the cast. I'm like, okay, so that's not a whole lot. And how many seasons?
What's this, the 7th season?
See?
And we haven't gotten much off of her or Robin. We haven't. Exactly. We get a lot from Ashley. We get a lot from even the Grand Dame. Okay, she even took us back to Surrey. All right.
Yeah, and we have her husband component, which is also I love Ray.
I love Ray, but he just misses the punchlines.
I think he's joshing us. I'll tell you what, with that show that Karen had, I would have been happy to be there if I could sit next to Ray. Because he's going to be talking under his breath, making jokes, no matter what's going on in the show. And then we could have drinks and just be kikiing the whole time. Yeah. That would have been worth the go.
Yes, yes, Robin. So I'm so glad you decided to join me, Robin. I'm on my lunch. I got about like 10 minutes. I gotta go back and punch in. But I appreciate your thoughts and I appreciate your ideas. So I'm gonna look into try to set up a show where we could do a deep dive into the housewives or whatever.
Yeah.
So I would love to do that.
And then we can decide on our campaign whether or not we're going to campaign it to keep them or to recruit new housewives.
Exactly. I think that's a good way because we can give a good educated guess after we do the deep dive.
Mm-hmm. All right, well.
All right.
Nice chatting, Knotty.
Yes, thank you so much. I just want to close the show with this thought for everyone. This is day 3 of 365 days of this year. Lord, I want to first say thank you. Today I pray for healing, cleanse my soul, and refresh my heart. Renew my body, repairing all ailments and pain. Make me whole again in you. You are my healer, provider, and protector. You can do anything. I trust you always. In Jesus' name, amen. So I always like to leave my in my shows with positive thoughts. I appreciate everyone joining me in the chat. Please remember to hit that like, subscribe, and that bell button so that you can be notified when I update content to my channel. We're on the path to 1K 5K subscribers. I already made it to the 1K.
Yay, congrats.
Thank you for the purple hearts, Debbie. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Robin, I'll see you on some panels. Last night, I fell asleep. I have to tell you.
Oh, you know where I'm going to be tonight, though.
Where you going? Over Diva's channel?
Yes. Love and
Is
Marriage
she doing, Huntsville?
Yes.
Okay,
That's
I'll
probably
be
the
over
best
there.
show this season. I'll see you there.
All right. Thank you, Robin.
Bye-bye.
All right, Naughty Crew. I appreciate everyone joining. Let me see. They still won't let me do my intro. It still hasn't loaded up. StreamYard is having issues. But I appreciate you all joining. Thanks for the likes. Please leave comments, share, sound off about these topics. Until next time, Naughty Crew, I'm out. 1.